Hey everybody, welcome to I'm Not Crying, You're Crying, a show about anything and everything because it's our show. I'm here with Juan.
Yo.
And
Hi guys.
And I'm Sean, and this is our theme music. All right, guys, so we've made it. We're here. We're in episode 7. How are you guys doing this week?
Good.
Juan, are you with us this time?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, thank God. Last time was very scary because you were going in and out there. How was your week, man?
It was uneventful. Nothing really big happened.
You don't say.
No, we received our third child in the Ledesma household. She was born on November 9th. No.
Well,
sorry,
already forgot the birthday.
No, she was born on November 10th at 11:09 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
So, but when you say received, did like UPS or FedEx?
Did the stork?
The stork,
deliver
you dumb,
it?
the stork,
Yeah.
you dumb motherfucker. Have you never seen Dumbo?
Amazon 2-day shipping.
Yeah, because Amazon Prime is a beast. Sometimes you order stuff and it's there like the next day. It's crazy.
Well, congratulations on your quarantine, baby.
Yeah, congratulations.
Okay, first off, you dumb.
Quarantine's been.
Learn how to do the math. It's not a quarantine, baby.
I think it is.
Yeah, I mean,
Do the math.
did you or did you not have a baby during quarantine?
Oh yeah, no, that I thought.
Oh, okay then. Okay.
I
Well,
thought-
I'm gonna be
I
quiet
thought-
so you can apologize
I
to
thought
Jay.
he meant like.
You mean quarantine conception?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, no, but I mean, you had a baby during
Yes,
quarantine.
I did.
So I expect a full
Well,
apology to Jay.
your wife had the baby. You didn't do anything.
That is absolutely correct. I did nothing. I just stood there crying as I watched her in pain.
You know, you could have asked the
Yeah.
doctor for some painkillers.
You could have asked the doctor to punch you. You could have been like, hey, "Can you punch me?"
I don't get that.
So, anyway,
this is gonna be a long one.
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
I'm
Jay, how
tired.
was your
Can you?
week?
No,
So-
I'm.
Well, Juan. First of all, congratulations. It's always good to have some happiness brought into everyone's life, especially during this time.
Yeah, congratulations.
So congratulations.
Was it boy or girl?
I thought I already said it was my daughter.
Oh, I didn't hear.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
next time pay more attention instead of trying to make fun of me, asshole.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Jesus Christ, the
Why don't
hostility.
you go do a reface app?
Okay, and if
I'm-
anybody wants to watch them, they're on my Instagram.
Yeah, I don't understand what that's to do with anything.
I don't know. I'm tired.
Okay. So Jay, how was your week?
It was great. I watched the Queen's Gambit.
Oh, was that
It's
good?
very good. It is really good. It's a chess movie, and it checks off all the like chess movie child prodigy stuff. You know, like socially awkward kid. You know, old guy mentor. You know, she takes to chess like a duck to water, and then she wins all these matches, then loses, and spirals with like drug and addiction, and then she rebounds, and then it checks.
What?
Yeah, it just checks all these like all these of that type of movie, the chess movie, you know. So
Is that what happened with Bobby Fischer?
I don't remember too much about Bobby Fischer, but it's like the Shine movie. Like the Shine, the guy was really good at piano, and then he got really famous, and he got like I guess sick, and then he just went crazy for a little bit, and then he just learned to live his life.
That's,
Hey,
Shine is Adrian Brody.
No,
right?
Shine is with Jeffrey Rush.
I still don't know who that
Oh.
is. You were saying?
What's the movie with Sean Connery and the African American kid? They're also playing chess at some point, and he's like,
I think that's Bobby
and
Fischer.
he's like,
No.
"You the man now?"
no, it's
dog."
not. Save the Last Dance. No, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
The Last Crusade.
Romancing the Stone. Jewel of the Nile. I don't think any of those has Sean Connery in.
Zarnov.
Zathura. You should use. You remember last episode, and you're like, "I'm gonna IMDb that shit, bitch."
I am
You
looking
should-
it up right
you
now.
should. Don't be careful because last time we lost you last
Oh
time.
yeah.
Yeah, the Queen's Gambit, like I see the thing on Netflix when I log in to watch Dawson's Creek because it's on there now. And I see it, and that girl's eyes are so disturbing because I feel like they take up the entire screen whenever I just like I don't know what's going on here.
She's perfectly cast for this like type of movie because she has to do these intense methodical stares where she's thinking logically, and then her eyes really sell it. It's like watching like a Vulcan, like Spock, just playing chess. Yeah, and she's great in it. She's actually she's really good. Anya Joy Taylor, I think she was in.
I don't know what she was in. She looks familiar because she was in the New Mutants trailer, which I don't know if that movie's ever coming out, but hey. It is what it is. I've been looking
at the Sean Connery movie where he says, "You the man now, dog," is Finding Forrester. It's a young it's a young writing prodigy finds a mentor and a reclusive author.
Why is that the one line you remember?
Because it was funny.
I don't think that was funny.
And then how does that relate to what I was talking about?
Oh, because I believe he says that line of "You the man now, dog" when the kid beats him at chess or something like that.
Sean Connery says that?
That's what made it funny.
Oh, I see
but
now.
She doesn't say that line in this movie, though.
She doesn't.
Oh, well, in this
I've
series.
Never seen it.
It's 7 episodes.
Oh, wait, the Queen Gambit is a show? I thought it was a movie.
It's 7 episodes.
You know what? That's Hulu had, for Halloween, they had this movie called The Book of Blood. And I thought it was a show, but really it was just like, it was a movie. And I felt gypped a little bit because I thought there would be more to it than what I saw. And it happens.
I also watched Jennifer's Body. I mean,
you know what? That was actually a fun movie.
It's actually pretty good. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was. You
know. Who's in that movie?
It's Amanda Seyfried and Megan Fox.
There you go.
Yeah, it's I remember it being super fun. Like it's like Megan Fox just embodies like the total mean girl, like high school mean girl who's actually a monster.
Yeah, she's actually possessed by a demon.
Yeah.
The movie was written by Diablo Cody, and she wrote Juno.
Yeah, there it is.
I never really cared for Juno.
I'm sorry.
Why not?
It was one of those movies that everybody raves about, and I saw it and I'm like, meh.
Well, I can see why you couldn't relate to it because you're not a pregnant teenage girl.
Oh, and you are?
And you're not able.
Well, no.
Well, at the time he was.
But I can empathize.
Yeah, I mean, I think you should watch it now that you have kids and that you have more emotional range now. That's how it works sometimes. That's how it works.
Yes,
I myself haven't. Yes.
We already established that out of the three of us, the one that's a robot is freaking Sean.
Yes, it's me. It's me. I'm watching Dawson's Creek, and they're doing a lot of very emotional subjects. And I realized that these kids are way too articulate for their age range, but they have to be because like adults are watching the show, and most teenagers just go to their room and shut everybody out when they're dealing with stuff.
Yeah. So, if they wrote like actual teenagers, it'd be the stupidest thing.
Yeah, it'd be like, no, I'm fine. No, leave me alone. Okay,
Are you crying, bro?
Yeah. So I've been going through that, and I've been like borderline obsessed with Zelda Breath of the Wild. I think I was off mic or on mic, but not part of the show. Jay and I talked about Zelda Breath of the Wild, just how great.
Last week, right?
Is. Yeah. Are you guys keeping up with the PS5 and Xbox?
Yeah, I saw that PS5 launched, and naive me, not that I could buy it right now. Wanted to see if I could find a retailer that would have it. So
why do you want a $800 paperweight?
It's not $800. It's $300 and something dollars.
No, it's like that's $500.
No, that's for
I think it's like
the one with the CDs, right? I thought the digital one.
I know it's retailing for $450 and then $400.
Yeah.
So the 400 is for the discless, the digital only, and $450 is for the one with the drive. Which, I mean, if you have a PS4, then you should just go for the digital version, because then the PS4 just becomes your Blu-ray player. You get an extra one sitting around because like 99% of the game. Oh man.
Yeah, plus all your PS4 games just transfer over. All the ones that you have digitally.
But for the PS5,
Oh.
isn't it backwards compatible?
Yeah, for like 99% of the games are all backwards compatible. In fact, some of the launch titles that were like exclusive for PS5 are coming out on PS4 Pro. So like Miles Morales, the whatever
Spider-Man, yeah,
hero title, yeah, it's coming out on PS4. So it's like if you have PS4, just get Miles Morales for PS4. Yeah,
yeah.
you guys see the?
But I heard the controller is butter though.
Yeah, the controller. Some of the YouTubers have like some early reviews out about just how crazy the PS5 controller is, and because it's called DualSense, so they've done stuff like upgraded the motors inside the rumble motors to be able to tell the difference between like walking on sand, walking on glass, walking on concrete. If you have to.
Yeah, that's like the Joy-Cons for the
it's
the
freaking
Switch,
nuts.
right?
Like I haven't touched it, but that's insane. Like the triggers are pressure sensitive to the point where they have resistance. So if you're pushing, you need to push a little bit harder. I can only think of like the Call of Duty fans who will play like a Call of Duty game where like the trigger pressure is accurate. I mean, I don't know if any of those guys who are playing Call of Duty to that level or have ever fired an actual gun. But I mean, the fact of the matter is that that's impressive that you can simulate that on a controller.
Oh yeah. It's insane. I heard the PlayStation VR. I heard that stuff was really really good.
Yeah, the PlayStation VR was cool. I never got it because like it was just like extra $300 or $400 on a system that like I hardly ever played. But I mean that stuff's still legit. There's a place not too far from where I am where you can pay like $10 to play all the VR games you want.
I don't trust it though. You know why? Because of the movie Lawnmower Man.
Hey, you see Juan, he's able to sympathize with the people in Lawnmower Man, and he has a rational fear.
Yeah, I just don't. I'm afraid of it.
Have you guys been following the news about like about the consoles that have been overheating? Like
Yeah, I heard that some of the PS5 consoles are. Well, they put it in a plexiglass case, and then there's no ventilation, so it just started overheating.
Yeah, it's funny that it even made news because it was like this thing thinks too perfect. So
it's like the Xbox Ring of Death all over again.
Well, the Xbox. So I was going to ask you guys about this because like, what do you think the Achilles heel of these new systems are going to be? Because like Xbox, like you said, they have the red ring of death. PlayStation have the yellow light of death, and I think the PS4 has the white line of death, which basically means you have to replace something. So what do you guys think will be the Achilles heel of these new systems?
My biggest fear is that buying games digitally, that somewhere down the road you won't be able to have it because they can just take it away whenever they want.
Before we started the podcast, Juan and I were talking about whether he was a mobile gamer or a console gamer. The reason why I bring that up is because with mobile games, it's very
you can take it to the shitter.
The developer, well, yes, but that wasn't the point of my story. Guy who's listening to what I'm saying.
That's what the developers intended for.
That's why I like the Xbox, the Nintendo Switch, because I can go to the bathroom, play, and whatever I don't.
I never want to.
You look at me in the eye and tell me you haven't taken your Nintendo Switch to the bathroom.
If I could look you in the eye right now, I can tell you that my
Switch you guys are both lying sacks of shit, man.
I think, yeah.
No, seriously.
My Switch is docked. It stays docked 90% of the time. Anyway, my
yeah, I forget it's a handheld sometimes.
Anyway, I was saying that 90%, like most of the mobile developers just stop updating their apps, right? Because they have no incentive to do it. So like Jay was saying, is that like I bought Lego Harry Potter on the iPhone back like years ago when it was like 10 cents, 15 cents. And I can't play it on my current iPhone now because the developer just hasn't updated it. So I lost, my 10 cents. So yeah, that's a real fear because it's a licensed game. They could. Yeah,
like Flappy Bird. They just took Flappy Bird off of the
App Store.
Was
Apple
Flappy
Store?
Bird the one that was like
the
bird that you had to keep on tapping as it's going between like Super Mario Brothers pipes?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was super popular, and it got taken down because the developer didn't like how popular it got, and he took it down.
He felt bad because he people were getting addicted to this game, and B, he was raking in a ton of dough off this game was poorly built, but it made a lot of money.
Really?
It felt bad.
Oh yeah. Yeah, people were buying iPhones that had the game installed on it because they couldn't get it on the App Store anymore.
It's true. And that's the other thing about mobile games is that sometimes they don't have them on the App Store anymore. So if you don't have a backup on iTunes or whatever,
shit. You're not kidding. There's no Flappy Bird on here.
Welcome to 2020. Where the hell have you been?
There's something called Floppy Bird.
Years ago. No, there's clones, Flappy Bird clones, but not the
original.
Who
should have built
and there's tons of games.
Fucking the creators of Angry Bird, man. Because they came out with so many bastardized versions of Angry Bird. Like, I think I still have it on my phone. I have the Star Wars Angry Bird version.
Well, yeah, you have to keep in mind that these guys develop these games, and you pay for them once, or you don't pay for them at all. So my point exactly. So this studio just released this game. It cost them X amount of money. They have no way to recoup that cost unless your game is riddled with ads or you do in-app purchases. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, microtransactions is where a lot of games are making.
Yeah, man, I almost miss the days where you could just not 99 cents. Great. Now it's like, you want to play my game? You pay me 99 cents every month, bro. Like, insane. There's this really good game on iPhone called Space Marshals, and they just came out with part 3. And the developer, like, literally in the opening notes is like, hey, we're a small studio, so we're going to release this part of the game for free, which is basically a tutorial of how to play the game. And all the subsequent levels are $3.99 each.
Yeah, my God.
It's the thing is it's a great game. In fact, I got the first game on a sale. It was like the first game was free because they're just trying to get people to buy the game. And I liked the game so much that I bought the second one when I saw it was coming out. So yeah,
really?
if you've never played it before, Space Marshals is great. But speaking of like some of the best games you guys have ever played, what are some
on a system or arcade?
Just in general.
Did you ever
Mike Tyson's Punch Out?
Did you ever do the cheat code to skip everybody and go straight to Mike Tyson?
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah, and he beat my ass. It's like he beat my ass.
I remember a cousin that had the code taped to the front of his NES because it wasn't one of those simple codes where like a contract that you remember for the rest of your life. It was a complicated code, but there was no purpose of doing that code because you can never fucking beat him, man. You probably beat him now in days because I know you.
No, I beat him
as
a
game
kid.
where you have an emulator, don't you?
No, I had the NES game.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
It took me a while, but I beat him.
Why? Why not?
It was difficult
because you never beat him.
End character, man.
Yes. Well, yes.
Yeah, well, here's the thing about me. I'm very competitive.
Here's the thing about me. I had a very lonely childhood, and Mike Tyson was my only friend until I beat his ass.
Like,
well, he was a friend that kept beating my ass.
Yeah.
No, but I beat him. I beat him a couple times as a kid. That was probably the first video game that I passed. You know.
What was the trick on his to beat him? Yeah. That's
there's the patterns. You have to for about a minute and 45 seconds, he'll do these unbeatable uppercuts. So you got to dodge them, and then he'll start doing jabs, and then you just kind of have to the jabs you can kind of block, and then you got to kind of stick and move, and then from there you just gotta do your best.
Yeah, that's like that's the beauty of like those the 80s to 90s like early 2000s game is that 90% of beating them was like pattern recognition. So like if you for Mario, for Mike Tyson Punch Out, for any game really that came out on one of those systems, as long as you could play long enough to get to the pattern, like to figure out the pattern, you could beat the game. Which I think is why that game Cuphead is so popular. Either one of you guys ever play that game?
Yeah, it's so hard. I can't get past the first level.
Yes, that game is the most frustrating thing ever. And Juan, you never played this game. So this game Cuphead is literally like an old classic platformer. You're a character, you have infinite ammo, you just need to shoot.
Fuck yeah,
you
dude.
Play Contra.
Up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
Or if you're playing two people with two people, select start.
Yeah, it's like a, I won't even say dumbed down. It is like a simplified version of Contra, where you're just going around shooting enemies, and your goal is to get to the end.
What
And so,
what was
It's
the
hard. It's
the
so
Yeah.
game
hard.
of the? Is it Sundance Riders? The one that's Sunset Riders. I love
Sunset
that one
Riders.
too. It's
never played
essentially
it. Never played
Contra,
it. You
but
want to
with
know some like
cowboys, and I think you can play as Billy the Kid.
some of my favorite games are the three Fable games. Not the one, and I even said this on the Facebook page, which is like the Fable games, the Fable 1, 2, and 3. No matter how you feel about it, I think they're great, solid games. That's the only game that I would buy an Xbox for. If this Xbox Series S said that they had a Fable game coming out, I would look at like putting out a second mortgage on my house because I'm like, hey, bro, I think I need.
You know
to play
which
that Fable
game?
game.
What? I've never played Fable. What is Fable?
Fable came out during the time when it was really popular for games that have a morality system where you could choose to be good or evil. So it's like it takes place in this fairy tale land where you're the abandoned son of some knight, and so you just have to learn how to use like how to fight. It's like RPG style. And it doesn't take itself very seriously. So imagine if Shrek had like an RPG. That's exactly it's exactly what it is.
Wasn't there a
It's
Star
so-
Wars
it's so
game
good.
where you could, depending how you picked, you ended up as a Jedi or a Sith?
It's the Force Unleashed part.
Was it the
Two.
Force Unleashed?
No, part one too. It was the Force Unleashed
Why-
games. You could play.
What did I
to
ever?
get multiple
What did
endings?
I think it was one of the Knights of the Old Republic games?
It
'Cause
could
that was more like an
been.
RPG game,
It could have
wasn't
been.
it?
But I never played the Republic games.
That was the only reason I got an Xbox, because of the Knights of the Old Republic, man.
It's
Did you pass it?
I
Did
did
you,
get a
did you beat
strategy
it?
guide,
Did you get
yeah.
a strategy guide?
I don't think I did.
But did you pass it?
Did you beat it?
Yeah.
No,
Weak.
but but speaking
noob.
of games Star Wars, one of my favorite old time fucking games that I loved was Jedi Knight Outcast. It was
Well, I've never
on
played the game. What was
the
it about?
GameCube, and essentially you were a Jedi Knight. I can't remember the character, but it was the first game that I played Star Wars related, that actually had some really good or decent graphics, and you wielded a lightsaber. Like, yes, you could remember the old Star Wars game where you play as Luke Skywalker, and you did have, I think, the shooter, and at one point you had the lightsaber, but it was nothing like that. This one was actually really good. And then you had the force powers as well, if I recall correctly. You had like force push, force lightning, and shit like that.
That's why.
You know what's a good
Jay?
you know what's a good Star Wars game? It's Fallen Order, Jedi Fallen Order. And it came out for the PS4, and it's great. It's kind of like a RPG game where you develop abilities, but by the middle of the game you feel like you're a Jedi. Like, you have the force push, you have you could do all these Jedi moves, and it's great. And the story is probably it's a good like movie story for a Star Wars game.
Yeah, that's why I enjoyed Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. I mean, both of the
That's
games,
one of
because that's
Vader's
I've
secret
never felt more
apprentice, right?
powerful. Yeah, but I've never felt more powerful in a Star Wars game than in those games. Literally, in the first 5 minutes of that game, you're walking as Darth Vader, and there's a sea of Wookiees jumping at you, but you're using to force choke each one of them and just throw them away like garbage. It's insane. You feel
So the game
untouchable. It's
I
great.
was talking about is actually called Star Wars Jedi Knight 2 Jedi Outcast, and I know it came out on the Nintendo GameCube. Yeah.
You guys, it's funny that you guys talk about like these games being so immersive. Some of these newer games that come out like in the last 5-10 years have been freaking insane. And have you, Juan? I think you're the only one of this group that hasn't played The Last of Us.
Is that the one with the apocalypse and the dad and the little girl? Yes, I
Sure.
played a little bit.
Sure.
Of it.
Yeah.
In fact, I have it on PlayStation.
I love that
4.
game, dude.
That game,
Right?
really?
You should play
You
it.
should play it. You should stop what you're playing right now and finish that game. It's a movie. It's a game movie. I don't like that is probably one of the most moving games I've ever played.
Yeah,
Like-
it's great. Like you bond with these
Holy
characters
shit,
as they're
guys.
bonding together. You know that?
Jedi
Yeah,
Knight 2 Jedi Outcast is available on the Nintendo Switch.
that seems to be the exact subject we're talking about.
Hold the presses.
Spoiler alert. I think that game was on sale too, not that long ago. If I would have known you gave a shit, I would have
Jedi
told
Knight
you.
or the Last of Us?
The Jedi Knight. Why you clearly interrupted our Last of Us talk,
In
so that
fact,
you could tell
Last
us
of
about
Us.
Jedi Order.
What's it called? I think I bought it with. You know how PlayStation does the greatest hits releases sometimes. I think that's how I bought the Last of Us.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
It was on on sale.
Dude, I've passed that game so many times.
Here's the thing. I think like I'm not a gamer in the traditional sense, but I can't sit down and focus and play video games. There are some games that like are so stressful to play through that I can only play them one time. And The Last of Us is the only game that I ever considered playing twice.
The Last of Us,
because I enjoyed
remind
the
me,
story
because I know
so
I've
much.
played it. That's the one where the spores are turning people into like zombies, right? Oh yeah, then
Yes, the real life disease of cordyceps.
No, because I stopped playing it.
Did you pass it?
It's with the dad and the daughter, right?
Man,
no,
that's not his daughter.
It's not his daughter. These are two complete strangers who you are learning information about. You're bonding with them as they bond. It's great, man. It is a cinematic story if I've ever seen one.
Yeah, I platinumed it.
Jesus Christ, that's yeah, man. That game is too stressful. I mean, the mechanic to help you identify enemies is basically using your hearing, and it's just stressful.
I don't use that.
But that's nuts, man. If you ever like watch me play that game, it's stressful to watch me play because I only play in that like hearing mode because I don't know and I can't. It's just I'm so scared.
So everything's basically infrared.
Yeah, it's like I can't because I'm so stressed out by that game.
You know, if you play on Survivor, you don't even have it.
Oh, that's nuts. I can't even think about it.
Yeah, the enemies are tougher, and they don't give you a lot of stuff to craft, so it's really survival.
I definitely feel like I need
to
that
noise,
oh my
play
gosh,
the games. I know what you guys are talking about.
It's great, man. It is great. Like it's if I'm being honest with you, you will need some time to delve into it, but it is worth the excursion, man. Definitely.
Yeah. Actually, after the game, you kind of have to take some time to kind of reflect on what you just kind of played through.
It's true.
I've known people cry.
It's crazy. Like
when they complete
there's all, you know, I played it maybe about a month ago. I replayed it a month ago, and there's that giraffe scene, and I started tearing up. I've already
pretend
played
that
it,
I don't know what you're talking
seeing
about.
it again. It just got me. Well, I mean, it's the apocalypse, so there aren't too much wildlife, but they run into a scene where they see a herd of giraffe, and it's just spectacular. It's just a spectacular sight to see after you've gone through 40 hours of playing through this desolate, disgusting, violent world, and then you see it like a herd of giraffe, and you're like,
yeah, it's like it's like peaceful, it's majestic, it's like it brings a weird kind of counterbalance to because this guy is like literally punching his way through the world, or just
my god,
just
I feel like
people. You don't,
sorry,
like no
I feel
remorse.
Like my extent of video games or the complexity of their storylines is this dragon motherfucker kidnaps the princess, and this plumber has to go rescue her. The end.
Well, I mean, that's kind of complex in itself, you know. That's.
I mean, yeah.
That's not a story you hear every day.
What you guys ever play the Metal Gear Solid game?
I've played the first one on the original PlayStation, and I think Metal Gear Solid 3.
I played the first one. I've only passed one of those games, but my little brother, all my brothers kind of have all the different like tiers of video games like sewed up. My little brother is good at like every game under the sun, with the exception of sports games, which my older brother is good at. And then my second oldest brother is good at like all the competitive like racing type games. So like I just get leftovers, or like I get the controller for like 2 minutes, and then it's time for me to hand it over.
Sean.
Yeah,
you know what
it's
game
okay.
I'm
It's
actually
life.
really
it's life.
good at, and I'm proud of it because I sucked at fighting games. Smash Brothers. Yeah, no. When it came to fucking like
Really?
Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat, I can't do the combos, but fucking Smash Brothers was so easy. What was it that it came out on first? N64. That I fucking killed in those games, man. In fact, the only reason I got the Switch for my birthday, 2 years ago, my wife got it for me, was because of Smash Brothers.
Who's your main?
It's always Mario, and then every so often I get bored of Mario and I switch over to Donkey Kong.
You should play online. You'll be humbled.
It's true, man. There are people who I don't know how they do it, but they touch you and you're at like 0% life, but you'll fly off the screen.
Yeah, they're ruthless
I'll try
online.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
man.
know. I was pretty good at it. In fact, I remember playing with Jay and beating him a couple of times.
You know what? I'm gonna set up a tournament with with all of us and my nephew Eli, who I don't know. I don't know if I told you guys, but he's able to discern, like in the recent Smash Brothers, like there's this little ball.
Does he know how
to
to
either your super or it will blow up? He can tell the difference every single time. So depending on how the game is going, he will either tell me don't get it because it's going to blow me up, or he will encourage me to get it, which is how I know I should not get it.
Wait, so he actually
blow me
tells
up.
you sometimes and tells you not to get it because it'll blow?
Well, it just depends. It just depends on how the game's going. So if I'm winning, then he's like, yeah, get it. But if I'm not winning, then he's like, oh no, don't get it, man.
Next time I'm going to bust out my.
I'm like,
Nintendo
I don't
Switch
believe you.
Play with him.
All right,
I wouldn't do that. I mean,
because he's going to win. He's pretty good. He just chooses whoever. He has no.
I was
that's
very
scary.
disappointed because they ended up switching the power for Mario because before you could jump and do this tornado landing type thing on Nintendo 64, and I think the GameCube. But then for the Nintendo Wii, they changed it. So now when you do, down B, instead of doing that tornado, it does the stupid water gun from Mario Sunshine.
well, probably because people were spamming that, and it was just like unbeatable. So they wanted to make the game more balanced, so they took that move out.
Spamming.
Yeah, people were spamming it. They kept doing the same move
Wait,
over and over again.
hold on. Do you not know what
that's
spamming
when you
means?
get junk mail, asking for your information.
No. As far as video games, when you spam something, you're doing the same move over and over again.
Something else. And then as as kids.
No, please tell us what you called it. Because
I remember we used to make up rules that you couldn't use one same move more than 3 times.
No, that's stupid.
No, that's cheating. See, this is why like the game Killer Instinct was so much fun, because like there is that moment where you had them on the ropes and there was nothing they can do, and then you hear the magical words
combo breaker,
and that was it. That was it. You knew.
I don't know which game you guys are talking
about.
Yeah. I wish they. Oh my! How do you?
Killer Instinct's classic, dude.
Yeah, man. I wish they remade that
game
today.
It's on the Xbox.
I still had, or they would remake. I think it was called Manhunter, and it was a Rockstar game. Did you ever play with it, Jay?
No.
No, you're not a serial killer.
You play a serial killer,
a guy
and
that's trapped in a reality show by like this Saw type character, and then you have to go around and start killing people, but hiding people, and after you kill them, because if the other people find their body, they know that you're around there and they come after you. Hitman.
That sounds like Hitman. Yeah, Hitman, Agent 47, Hitman.
Hitman gives me a lot of anxiety.
That game, like, one of my brothers is really, really good at that game. And like the thing is, I don't know how he thinks of like some of the stuff. He's like, oh yeah, man, all you got to do is do this, and this, and then like they won't even know you're there. And that game has multiple ways to pass like levels, and some of the more recent games.
Yeah, dude, I played that game, and I was in this house. It was like the first stage, and I was in this house, and then all these people showed up, and I hid in a box for like the rest of the game.
There's a Juan. You should try this game out, because it's like the objective will be kill this guy, and it's like there's 5 different ways to do it. So you can go to a car, you can steal a tux, pretend you're a doorman, wait for the chef to come out, steal the chef's suit, go to the kitchen, poison the soup, and then just wait for this guy to drink the soup, and then your mission's done. Or you can go in there like a crazy man and just like pop him right in the head, and then kill as many people as you can to get out. Like it is freaking nuts, man.
Yeah, I mean, I like the strategy aspect of it, but it just gives me all this anxiety.
What are some of you guys' favorite games of all time?
Jedi Outcast.
Mike Tyson's Punch-Out.
What about Ninja Turtles, the arcade game?
I was never good at those games. I enjoyed like the cutscenes of those games more than I think I enjoyed them.
No,
It's like,
dude,
they're great.
I love those beat 'em up games, man. Because all you do is just hit the same two buttons for the entire game, and you're done in like 30 minutes.
You know what? That's true. That's true. I enjoyed I enjoyed Streets of Rage. I haven't played the new one. Yet, but I did enjoy Streets of Rage. Battletoads.
Oh, Double Dragons was good, man.
I think Double Dragons.
I had that on the NES, and then I played it on the arcade, and I hated it.
You know, Capcom put a beat 'em up bundle pack together.
Double Dragons was one of them.
I bought it for like $10, and you get like you get Final Fight. You get a bunch of other
Final Fight.
Yeah, you get a bunch of like Captain Commando and a bunch of other like Capcom beat 'em up games, and you can play online. So you can have a friend help you out, and you can just go through the game in like 30, 40 minutes, you know, and all you do is just beat up people, and that's it. It's
now, Jay,
fantastic.
You said that Mike Tyson was the first game you ever passed. Sean, what was the first game you ever passed?
I mean, embarrassingly, I think it might have been Metal Gear Solid.
Was it
3,
embarrassingly?
The Guns of the Patriots, and it took me like, well, because I've been playing video games since I was a kid, but again, I've never been really good at any video game, and the only reason I even passed Metal Gear Solid 3 is because at the time on the PS3 you could download other people's game saves, and so like people would they would platinum these games, as Jay said, and then they would have all this extra stuff. So with Metal Gear Solid 3, I downloaded someone's game save, and I used basically their weapons, and they had the bandana. And Metal Gear Solid, the bandana means infinite ammo.
That's cheating.
Then, hey, listen, hey, he asked how I passed
Doom
this game.
64,
he asked what game I passed.
The God code.
I finished the game. I finished Metal Gear Solid that way. But one of the first things I passed legit, I think, might have been Infamous, the first Infamous game. And the first prototype
that was on
game.
PS3,
I passed those
wasn't
legit.
it? I remember you playing that game when you were in your house in LA, right?
Yeah, man. I didn't really start finishing games until my adulthood. I just was not good.
It was the first one that I passed.
Which one?
I liked the second one. Loved the second one.
Which
NES,
like the original Super Mario Brothers?
Yeah, that was the first game I passed as a kid.
Really?
And I passed it by using all the warp pipes and shit like that, and then saving the princess. And then the second one, if I remember correctly, you pass it and it ends up being a fucking dream. And then the third one, you pass it, and I think the credit says Mario flying in the. And then just recently, as an adult, I know you guys are gonna make fun of me on this one. Lego Dimensions, I passed that one.
No, it's fine. Like I said, you know what? In hindsight, I think I lied. I think Fable 1 is older than Infamous, so whatever Fable 1 is, that Fable 1. I take it back. Now, first game I ever passed.
What are your guys' favorite gaming console?
Console of choice? I think for a long time the PlayStation was it. I don't think the only reason
I was backwards. I've always been a Nintendo person. Because of Mario. I love Mario. I didn't get my first advanced console until PlayStation 3, and I can't remember why I got it. Was that the one that had the DC Universe?
It might
have DC Universe.
But,
it did have DC Universe.
Thanks,
DC
Juan. Universe.
Appreciate it.
I got it. I can't remember why I got it. But.
What about you, Jay?
I love the PS4. I love my PS4.
Until you get the PS5?
It's probably my favorite right now.
Until you get the PS5?
Because you can... Huh? Well, I don't think I plan on getting the PS5 anytime soon. And then I don't think I might get a console after PS5, you know?
Yeah, the thing about the thing about the current generation of consoles is that, like, there's no stakes in getting them other than saying I can play.
I thought 4K
8K,
was the highest.
Because, like, every game that's current...
No, 8K.
No, yeah, 8K, man. 8K, man? 120 frames or 60 frames a second. Like, that's what Juan,
I don't even have a 4K
the switch is behind,
TV. How
bro.
am I supposed to get an 8K TV?
A lot of people don't have a 4K TV.
Yes, a lot of people don't have it. So it doesn't matter. Like, again, you can get for both the...
Well, because people have 8K TVs and it looks fantastic.
It looks you need to go on YouTube and watch a YouTube video on what some of these games look like before and after. It's ridiculous.
Sean, do you have a 4K
on YouTube,
TV?
Which it's insane. But again,
Why
no,
not?
I don't plan on getting one. I don't plan on getting one, but because
I have a stupid thing.
Why not,
pandemic,
Sean?
Can you
B,
get a projector, a home
but B,
projector,
because
and have it be 4K? Yeah, you can, right? Is that
yes,
that
you
cheaper
can.
than
It's just
buying the
it's
actual
just
TV?
pixel density.
Well,
No,
there's other aspects of the 8K TV
yeah, there's I mean,
that make it look.
part of it is there's 4K HDR, there's 8K
I thought
HDR,
ultraviolet was like the
refresh
highest
rate.
definition
I mean,
ever.
and there's people who's
Oh,
ultraviolet
then
is
Ultra
a streaming
HD?
service that went out of business. It's called UHD because
I
everybody's
thought it was
standard
called
for
Ultra
UHD is
HD.
different. So, and it's called Ultra HD, but everyone's standard for Ultra HD is different. So instead of saying it's 4K HDR, but versus like 4K SDR versus Dolby Vision HDR, they just call it UHD so that people like you, Juan, will
No,
go out and
I
say,
don't. I
"This
don't
is the
have
best I
an
can
8K
get."
TV.
That I know, but I'm just
I'm not gonna lie to you.
explaining
I
it to you
didn't
so
pay
you
attention
understand.
to it because
Just know
I'm
that behind
completely upset over the fact that I've been shooting to eventually own a 4K TV, and that's obsolete now. There's an 8K TV.
Well,
Yeah.
that's how it goes with technology, you know.
Yeah, and if I'm being honest with you, Juan, if I'm being honest with you, you can get a 4K TV. If you get a 4K TV right now, you need to get it with like Dolby Vision HDR. There you go. Just when you go to the store, say, "Hey, is this 120 hertz?" and have Dolby Vision HDR.
You know
Great.
what? I once
And then
wanted.
you walk
I
out
wanted
with
the
it
4K curved
because
Samsung TV, or was it Panasonic? No, it was. Yeah, I
I know.
wanted that TV. Got
No,
very
it
close
was
to
Samsung. It was
eventually
Samsung.
wanting to buy it, but then I read the reviews that it's designed that you have to sit in the sweet spot.
Well, yeah,
Well, yeah, yeah. It's you know, it's not designed for you to sit on the edge.
yeah,
You know,
probably
what I mean?
sucks.
Like, yeah, you sit in
Fucking
the center,
8K,
perfect
man.
distance. But I
I'm
mean, that's
so
what every
pissed.
TV is designed for. That's why they have the showroom mode.
No, like
I
Sean,
can't
you don't
believe 8K is what
understand.
got
Like
you.
I've been wanting a 4K TV for a while because first off, I want 4K 3D.
That man, you're
That's
not gonna find
bullshit
it.
because you
3D
can still
died.
get like DVD, Blu-ray
Yeah.
3D DVD combo packs.
Yeah, but 3D is always going to be a gimmick.
Yeah, 3D's dead, man. There's just the technology never stuck because people didn't really want that. People wanted high resolution. The 3D was, like Jay said, it's a gimmick.
The new 3D
and then the technology behind
TVs
it was
didn't even
it
have
didn't
glasses,
it was too
right?
confusing. So there was
No, I remember the first generation had glasses.
they did have glasses.
But I thought they eventually got away with the glasses. No?
No. All the TVs had glasses. They were either active shutter or
I thought
polarized
they
lens,
ended
or
up
need to be
using
plugged
the
into some power
technology
source.
you had on your stupid phone. You made me
Yeah.
wait in line for the yeah.
The Evo 3D. The parallax layers. No, they didn't do that because that diminished resolution. So you could get a 3D TV, but you couldn't get it at 4K, and it desaturated colors. It's a whole. I wouldn't have enough time to talk about the nerdy side of this because I'll explain it to you.
I'm waiting for those window TVs from Back to the Future 2.
I'll watch a YouTube channel build a transparent display. It was pretty interesting to watch. But Jesus, I can't believe you're still stuck on 8K. You're surprised.
They have indoor lighting?
No, you guys are
I can
being
use a switch to
stupid
turn the light
because
on?
I didn't know that they had that shit.
Juan, you know they have TV displays that you can roll up,
No,
right?
no,
And you can
isn't.
unroll it and put it on your
you're
wall like a
fucking
poster,
lying to
right? You
me.
know that? There is. I'm gonna. No, I will send you the YouTube video of the guy that unboxes it and puts it on his TV.
Where the fuck have I
on
been
his wall.
living, man?
I'm telling you right now, it exists, and I think it's 8K.
Remember
Obviously, under a
what
rock.
was it
You and
last
Patrick,
year or
Starfish.
2 years ago where I was like looking forward to trying to get the Galaxy Fold? Yeah, I'm still disappointed.
I do. You and everybody else that
That
didn't get
fucking
it.
makes me sad. Now I have to move my other goal of one day owning a 4K TV to one day owning an 8K TV, and then we're gonna be doing an episode, and you guys are gonna be telling me, did you hear that there's a 2000K TV now?
Juan, there will be a 2000K. In fact,
I'll be
never
glad
mind,
that we're
never
doing
mind.
that many episodes.
Yeah, seriously. But and as a matter of fact, I think we're coming up on time. Juan, are you done being shocked in all that?
Yeah, I'm
at the world of
fucking
technology
done, man.
beating your expectation?
No, 8K TV.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
I'm fooey to your 8K
phooey.
TV. Yeah, I'm fucking done. Everybody, thank you for listening. If you can't get enough of us, you can find us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at INCYCSHOW. And you can email us your suggestions and comments at INCYCSHOW@gmail.com. Lastly, we have merchandise, guys. It's not too late to get one of your shirts, with more on the way. Get your very own I'm Not Crying, You're Crying shirt at the link in our show notes. Again, thank you very much for listening. Don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you guys want to get me an AKT, you can. Thank you. Night.
Good night, everybody.
So really, AKTV, are you guys fucking with me?